I think something I wasn't quite expecting on this spiritual path, landing deeper into my being, letting go of more layers of identity, that has left me more and more aimless in a way. Old patterns of achieving, of building success, those old trying to achieve, those old scripts have stopped working in a way. That's a bit disorienting. And that leaves me like, yeah, but what am I doing? And if I'm not happy now, I won't be happy in the future. Which, in one hand, is very soothing. Like, if it's not, like, I can find it now. I don't need to wait for circumstances to be different. But it takes away a comfort blanket because that means I have to do the job now. Changing my circumstances will not automatically take me to a place where I always feel loved and happiness is just provided by the circumstances. No, I have to do the job. And I have one very vivid memory. I think I talked about it before in some video, but I think I want to revisit it. Um, I was sitting in a cafe in springtime, kind of like it is now. Well, now I'm on a random roadside halfway through Sweden. And this was in like an inner city cafe. And I was having one of these, it's like some kind of internal friction. Life wasn't really delivering. And somehow it just, in that moment, it dawned on me, almost like you're getting ripped away with the belief that nothing really comes into existence and nothing goes away. So if I cannot find these basic things right now, either it's because they're veiled or it's because they never exist and they will not exist in the future. If it's not accessible now, it will not be accessible in the future. Yes, forms will change, but their essence, like this, the well from where it springs, like love, belonging, freedom, peace, these essential, I want to say experiences, but that doesn't really fit. Like this life, basically, is always available now. And it was quite profound because it almost cracked this last illusion I had of, oh, if I just endure, then somehow life will change and it will be available for me. No, it put the responsibility back on me. Like, okay, so I do believe that peace is available at some points because I've lived it. So even though I have anxiety right now sitting in this cafe, I know that peace have been available, and that means it's got to be available right now. So what in me is veiling that peace right now? Because it is an inside job. It is not my life circumstances that puts this anxiety in place right now. No, it's my interpretations, my thought processes, me tensing up my body, believing certain things to be true. And I don't need to wait for manifestation for the world to change to free myself of that. Very liberating, but also quite daunting. That completely put the, like, how do you say, like it pulls the rug underneath the victim role. I am not a victim of life. I'm a victim of my own internal conditioning. And being the victim of that, that means I'm also the perpetrator of that. It's on me. Yes, certain life circumstances doesn't trigger this veiling to happen inside of me. And that's amazing. But I cannot control those life circumstances, so this will not be triggered. The fastest way is to just not believe the triggering when it happens. to see through the veils. So, car passing by is having some brake troubles. I don't know if the sound picked up on that. Yeah. And peace is available even when this poor fella drives around, even though it's more easily accessible when he's not making that noise. But peace doesn't disappear. Yeah. No more hiding behind a victim role or behind unfair life circumstances. Because life is freaking unfair sometimes, and it's rough and it's harsh, and it's okay to feel demotivated. But when we look closely, we have so much more power over how we deal with those situations. We can blame the world for being harsh on us, but we can't blame the world for us believing in it, for us placing our value, our lovableness, our internal freedom on external circumstances. Yes. And seeing through that, to tie back to where I was in the beginning, also take away the aim of trying to change the outside to achieve peace and love and value on the inside. And then it almost becomes like, well, what's going to move this body? Not the old patterns of chasing something, of rearranging the outside, but somehow I still take initiatives. I still do things. And I guess I'm in the middle of that realignment process. Because there's a song called Only Love Can Sail This. I think it's, I forgot it now, but only love can sail this ship. And I think that's what I'm falling back on. That's what I'm discovering more and more. It is no longer coming from a need to rearrange the surroundings. It's coming from an overflowing of love, of happiness, of peace, of wanting, letting the life force that flows through me out into the world. And that kind of complete shift between trying to chase it from the outside and allowing it to express, it's quite a disorienting process to be in, at least for me, or that's how I experience it. And it feels like I've been doing that for a few years now, actually. Sometimes falling back on the old coping patterns of trying to rearrange the world so that I can be happy, so that I can feel certain things. Yeah. But then halfway through seeing through them of like, ah, what am I doing? No, come back. What's veiling it now? Let's look at that. Let's take accountability. Let's stop escaping the now. Find your way home. Yes. Anyway, I think my coffee is getting cold, so maybe I'll get back to that actually. Thank you for joining me on this unplanned journey. Yes. I hope to see you next time, my friend. Take care.